Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode 219. This is reviewing episodes 40 to 44 of Gekiranger. 40, here's the strange thing about 40. 40 is kind of the beginning and the end of Gekiranger, because basically after this, doesn't last much longer after this, only about 9 more episodes, and that's it. 40 is also the part 1 of a two-parter where we use Jan's backstory. Where in this two-parter, it's revealed that Seku, the character who showed up just a couple of prior to this, is actually, his real name is Dan. And he was a martial artist who worked with the cat. Gao, Ken possibly knew him. Ryu knew him when he was alive. And also, he's Jan's father. Who plays him, you might ask? Why, it's the actor who played Space Sheriff Gavin, who's back here for this role, and his name is, if I can find him here, Kenji Obata. Yep. By the way, not the first time he's actually been in Sentai. Oh no. Well, aside from the fact that he was in Space Sheriff Gavin, well, his first major role in Super Sentai was playing Battle Kenya. Of course, he was also Denzi Blue from Denzi Man. And here's the strange thing, though. After this, he appears roughly in like a couple of episodes. Yeah, though this is you could say this is the last major character he played in Sentai to date, because well, he first showed up in Sentai playing a soldier in episode 5 of Go Ranger. He of course guest starred for a single episode in Jack in episode 3 as a guy named Hayato. Yep. Yeah. And of course also, like I mentioned about Densman Battlefield J, he also showed up as he was a suit actor for Bao Shark. Yeah. He did that occasion. But here's the strange thing though. He never turned to Sentai until Gekiranger. Which you could say that that's probably the only thing left to go for him, for me anyways. Because I've pretty much covered like almost everything he's done. Except for Gekiranger. Well, except for the episode he appeared in that one. Yeah. But Dan is probably the last major character he ever actually played in, well, in the history of Super Sentai, well, because he did reprise his role as, well, Denzi Blue in the 199 Great Hero movie, plus also playing him in, of course he also showed up in Go Kaicher, which I have seen. So, yeah, I mean, pretty much for him anyways, the only thing to go for his Super Sentai era was basically him popping up in, of course, Gekiranger. That's it. And you might be thinking, did he pop a Kamen Rider? Yes, he did. As a guest star. But mostly put aside from Super Sentai, he's basically known for playing Gavin in Space Sheriff Gavin. I mean, the guy he was a really good actor. You might be curious though, he's still alive? Oh yes, he still is. He is, believe it or not, he's just a year older than my dad. Yeah, 1 year older. He's basically 66. Actually, he's like 67 actually. Yep, so, yeah. So basically 40 is like the coming out party for the new organization. Just have Long show up his true appearances from the Gekirangers. And of course, Gao tries to fight them, but no avail. And ever gets beaten. And then, of course, for the next episode, Jan is conflicted about the fact that Siku, the brand new character, the person he just met last episode, is actually his father. So he had no idea he even had a father because he knew nothing about his parents at all. So then, of course, he gets sort of in a way quits Gekiranger, though he comes back anyways. And he decides to use, get this, he decided to use the shark sword to go to, like, this island. Now, I get the reason why he used the shark sword, because after all, I can give him no problem. But it seems also he could have used the bat sword, too. And here's the strange thing, though. Despite the fact the shark sword does appear here, Sharky-chan does not appear in the episode, which is strange. Because it seems like any time he shows up, that sword always pops up. And this is probably the first time they had one of these Zords pop up, and the person who gave it to them, who usually these are attachment Zords, and the person who gave it to them is not in the episode, which I thought that was interesting. So runs the cat, and of course they're supposed to go to the village, but they couldn't go very far. But they come across a locket hanging on a tree. How long it's been there? Never revealed. And it shows off that, of course, the cat does point out, though, the guy on the far right in the picture, because it's basically a woman, a guy, and a baby. The guy on the far is Dan. The woman on the right, left, is basically Jan's mother. Of course, baby is Jan. And he does show up this thing later on. Now, also... Shoot. Don't worry about that. Anyways. Yeah. So, yeah, everybody... Now, here's the thing. Now, the cat had no idea that Jan was Dan's son. Apparently, the only person who knew this was Ryu. And apparently, when he went off, basically, where everyone tries to kind of calm down, when they found out he was actually Dan, he wanted to go with the blood ritual. And he basically became the Phoenix King. Became the Beast King. Yep. I think I admit this two-part was actually really good. 42 is mostly, well, actually 40 and 42 is a two-parter. 43 is just a standalone episode. That's a Christmas episode where it debuts a couple of new characters. One of whom they mentioned the very next episode. He's actually, get this, the younger brother of a character from the early on in the series. Yep. This is actually Cow. His brother is Bakio, one of the 5 Venom Beasts. As a matter of fact, he was actually the leader. And he wanted revenge against Melfort. And I'm like, nah, who cared about him? No, he's killed by the end of the episode. Oh, by the way, so Google, these were his twin phantoms that he had. And after this two-parter, they never popped up again. Not really, no. Yeah, the whole plot of that one is like, you have this boy who, get this, only speaks English and probably kind of knows what he's saying, but not really. Apparently the person who understands what he's saying is Miki. And apparently this kid hates Christmas. Why? Because his mother died on Christmas. That was the reason why. And so Ken tried to cheer him up by dressing his mother. That didn't work. So later in the episode, thanks to learning that Frost ability, he did make an ice statue of his mother, which of course he accepts, and, well, it took us down to the episode. Now, in the case of 44, this is the New Year's episode. If this was any year of Sentai, we would have about 6, 7, maybe 8 episodes left to go at this point in time. There are only 5 left. No, seriously. There are 5 left by the time we reach 44. And of course, well, you have Jan go and confront his father. Yes, he actually was confronting this episode after being like episode 42. And of course, also in this episode, this is where we deal with the whole thing of Cal being, well, the brother of Basco. So there's kind of like two kind of battles going on here. The battle where you have a few of the Gekirangers basically taking him on, basically just Blue, Yellow, and Chopper. Where's Wolf? He is off training, and you have Michelle Pong. Previous episode we had the Gazelle show up, and here's the strange thing about him. He, along with 2 other characters, this is their penultimate appearance in this series. Michelle Pong appears for 2 more episodes, and that's it. Gore Yen, he appears for 2 more episodes, and he's done. Shuki-chan, 1 episode. Bat Lee, 1 episode. And the Elephant, also 1 episode as well. Basically, the final one. So we're getting, like I said, we're getting really close to wrapping up this series. And I'm definitely looking forward to discussing the last 5 episodes. Yep. But also, Mel figures out, though, that apparently Long has an ambition that's not Rio's ambition. He has his own ambition that basically Mel's very curious about. Why in the world is he like this? Who knows? But yeah, that's particular review. I would do the review, but I gotta get going really soon. I gotta go get some stuff. So I will see you all later for when I talk about the remaining episodes of Gekiranger, along with some anime, comic quarters, and a light novel review. Which one you'll find out soon, okay? Next video. Bye.